I often have clients come to me saying, help, my rising sign doesn't feel like me. I just don't resonate with it. If this is you, listen on to this video and I'll explain why this is and what you can do about it. Hi, I'm Catherine Hocking. I'm a business astrologer at catherinehocking.com. And I often have clients telling me that they really don't align with their rising sign. For those of you who don't know what your rising sign is, this is the zodiac sign on your ascendant angle in your natal chart or birth chart. The ascendant reflects how we come across to others, how they perceive us, the impression they get of us. But it's not necessarily how we see ourselves. It's not necessarily how we express ourselves and feel about ourselves. That is more of the domain of our sun sign and our moon sign. But our rising sign is extremely powerful, and if harnessed, can really help us to have a bigger impact in the world, help more people, and grow our business. So astrologist Stephen Forrest describes our rising sign as the mask that we wear. And in this way, he's describing that it may not feel fully authentic to us, but it is still how we come across to others. When he speaks of a mask, he's not saying that we're being superficial at all. He is just expressing that unknowingly we put out a certain energy or perception. So this concept of perception is really important because there's our self-perception, which is more aligned, as I said, with our sun sign and our moon sign. And then there is the perception that others have of us, which is likely more aligned with our rising sign. So sometimes our rising sign can feel a bit foreign to us. We can feel disconnected from our rising sign. And I certainly have a lot of clients who, when they've started working with me, have felt this way about their rising sign. And in my own life, I really had to learn to understand my Virgo rising, understand the strengths that go along with a Virgo rising, and realize that the things that I might have been repressing or hiding were actually what my clients loved about me. What's so interesting with my Virgo rising is that I don't have any other planetary placements in Virgo. The only placement in my chart with Virgo is my ascendant angle. Yet whenever my clients write testimonials for me, when I read the words that they've used, they're always Virgo-esque words, which means that they very much see me in my Virgo energy. Now, if I'm repressing that, I'm actually repressing the things that my clients love about me. And this is not going to help me to grow my business and attract more people to my work. So hopefully you can see how important it is to really embrace our rising sign and harness it. So I just want you to know this feeling of misalignment to your rising sign is really quite normal. Lots of people experience it, but it is something that you can overcome. So why might we be repressing our rising sign? Well, I believe it's because as a child, our rising sign energy would have come out really, really strongly to those around us. You know how children are kind of just unapologetically them. They're not yet burdened by all of the societal conditioning, so they're really in that pure expression. But what happens is, as children, when we're in that pure expression, we start getting feedback from those around us. We start having people telling us that we're too much or too little, or lots of things. So for example, if you are a Cancer rising, you might have been told off for being too emotional or wearing your heart on your sleeve. I'm a Virgo rising, and my mother always used to say, Catherine, stop organizing me, right? If you are an Aries rising, you might have been told that you were too direct or too aggressive or too angry, right? There's all sorts of different things associated with each of the rising signs that I guess is a bit of the shadow side and things that people might not have liked about us. And so we started getting that feedback, and what happens is children actually do want to please those around them. And so we started repressing and shutting off parts of ourselves, shutting off our rising sign, and often this carries into adulthood. So in my own early corporate career, I had feedback from, other co-workers or colleagues that I was OCD, the word anal was used, so like bad feedback that was relating to my Virgo rising sign. I was a project manager early on, which is not that surprising with a Virgo rising. But I was still getting this feedback, which then made me repress it even more. Then I started my business, and when I started studying astrology and I went through my spiritual awakening, even more, I felt like I needed to repress that Virgo. It didn't feel very spiritual to me. And this really did damage to my business, because actually what my clients love about me and have always loved about me is my Virgo essence, my Virgo rising energy. But luckily I recognized this. I was able to course correct and really harness the thing that other people love about me. So what is really important is that we need to reclaim our rising sign. We need to let go and release all of the negative perceptions and conditioning that we have taken on through our lives about our rising sign. And we need to step into our rising sign energy, claim it, be proud of it, just like put it out into the world, because I am telling you, this is what your clients love about you. Your soul clients are actually the opposite of your rising sign. They love your rising sign qualities because they really don't have that themselves in most cases. This is what they need help with. So if you're not showing up in your rising sign energy, your true soul clients are not going to be able to find you. It's so, so important for you to reclaim it and be loud and proud in your rising sign energy. So I want you to remember the difference between perception and self-perception. That our rising sign might not necessarily be how we see ourselves or see our core energy, but it's still a very prominent energy that we put out into the world. I want you to remember that you may have repressed parts of your rising sign in childhood or even through into your adult life. I want you to heal those parts of yourselves that you shut off because of this. I want you to reclaim your rising sign energy and recognize that it's actually what your soul clients are going to love about you and be attracted to in your business. It's time to really step into the true energy of who you are. Then come on over to katherinehocking.com/superpower and you can enroll in my free training all about your astrological superpower. I'd love to know how you have perhaps repressed your rising sign in your life and your business. Feel free to post a comment below this video and tell me all about it. And if you'd like to follow my astrology tips and tricks and training, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get updated when new videos drop every week. And remember, let astrology guide you into the soul of your business.